So today we're going to be talking about how to optimize your conversion rate to convert more sales with webinars and 5-day challenges. And those are some of my favorite mechanisms for getting more sales into your business. And because one, they have a level of scarcity. If you have something that you're selling and people can go and they can buy it anytime, there's no urgency and there's no reason for them to buy now. And so that's why we always teach our students to sell with a webinar and or 5-day challenge, with the offer disappearing, the price going up, bonuses expiring. Any of that stuff, really, really important. So you got to know your numbers if you want to see success when it comes to doing one of these. So a webinar, let's just talk webinars to keep it simple. So you got to know your numbers when it comes to your opt-in page. And so the opt-in page, landing page, same thing. When someone lands on it, let's say 100 people land on that opt-in page, how many people actually put their name and email in? So you need to know that number. If you're at like 10%, you could change that opt-in page to make it convert. So you could change the headline. You could change, there's like a million things you could change, but I would start by just changing one thing to see what can you do to get that opt-in page converting around 50%. If you could get that around 50%, that would be amazing. So 100 people see it, 50 people actually give you their name and email. Okay, so that's first thing that we want to look at. Second thing is how many people actually attended live. And so we have 100 people that registered. We want to see, can we get 30 people on live? 30 out of those 100. So 30% is a really good attendance rate for a live webinar. So can you get 30% of people on live? So that's the next number that we're looking at, okay? And if you're not getting these numbers, there's a lot of things you could do to switch them around or improve them. So it could be sending out a text message, increasing the emails that you're sending out in that email nurture sequence to like get people on live. There's a lot of things, but we're just talking numbers today. Then during the webinar, was there a drop-off point? And so was it around minute 35 when you started talking about X, Y, and Z that you actually lost a bunch of people? So you need to look at, all right, what was I talking about that where I really lost a lot of people? So we need to know that number. We also need to know how many people bought live. So how many people bought live and how many people bought after? And so we have the people that are on live, and then we have a follow-up sequence. You're sending out emails after people registered and attended the webinar. That's letting them know about whatever it is that you're offering, and that the offer is going to go away. And so let's say it's 3 days, 5 days, 7 days, whatever it is that you choose. So it's 5 days of emails. How many people bought after the webinar? And so ideally, we're getting 50% of people to buy on live, 50% of people to buy after. So if you're not getting either of those numbers, if no one's buying live, maybe you need to add some kind of a bonus to incentivize people. All right, we have a 15-minute bonus. You need to buy in the next 15 minutes, otherwise that bonus is disappearing. And so obviously there's a lot of things that you could look at when it comes to these numbers, but just knowing them is really, really, really helpful. How many people paid in full versus the payment plan? And so if everyone's doing the payment plan, we need to look at, all right, could we offer a pay in full bonus that's going to incentivize people to pay in full? Because when everyone's doing payment plan, just know that's not money that you're going to collect. You're not going to collect 100% of it. There's going to be people that drop off. There's going to be people that their credit card expires. They fall off the face of the earth. So you want to incentivize people to pay in full. So what is that pay in full number? And then we're looking at how many people paid in full on live, paid in full after, payment plan live, payment plan after. So we're looking at all these things, all of them. And that's how you're going to be able to know, all right, next time I do this webinar, what needs to change? And so start at the top of the funnel. If we're only getting 20% of people to opt in, then we need to look at, all right, what can we change on the opt-in page? What can we change in the Facebook ad copy? Maybe there's a disconnect to increase that number. And so we use a spreadsheet for every webinar that we do, and we're looking at all these numbers and tracking them and saying, all right, we'll do the next webinar. You could do it every week. You could do it every day. I mean, there's people that do webinars every single day, a live webinar every day. I personally don't. But if you're doing it every week, every 2 weeks, whatever that looks like for you, then you can look at, all right, these were our numbers this time. Now we're going to change this. And then just track it. Every time you do a webinar, track it. So come up with some kind of spreadsheet that is really going to support you in knowing your numbers and improving upon them every single time you do it. And so let's say you do a webinar and nobody bought. You might not know why nobody bought unless you're looking at these numbers and you're like, well, we only had 10 people registered. That's not enough. Or no one bought live and people bought in the follow-up sequence, So these are just a bunch of things that you want to make sure that you're looking at that are going to support you in crushing your webinars and having a lot of fun doing it. So I hope you found this helpful. This is something that we talk about in depth, in detail inside of my program Activate. It's a 12-month group coaching program to help you start, grow, and scale your online business. If you want to apply for that, just go to rachelandgom.com/activate, and I will talk to you later. Bye.